Alright, so right now what we're gonna start off is the observation that I came in on last Tuesday.
Okay.
When we, on Monday we did the framework on how to model the problems. I think that was lesson 25, I believe. No, lesson 32 and 33. 32. Okay. So what we're gonna look at right here is the beginning of your model, and I'm only let you watch it for 5-10 seconds, and I'm gonna ask you to give me 2 things that you see, and 1 thing that you wonder. All right.
Okay.
So this is, I'm gonna start it for you right. I'm gonna start it for you. I'm sorry, hold on. This is the wrong, there you go, right here.
So next step, I have 3. So I'm going to split that whole 2, 5, based on alright, and I know that that's 5, 1.
All right, we're gonna stop right there. What's 2 things that you see?
Well, for one, my unit fraction that I'm subtracting doesn't have the same denominator. For 2, as far as observing the room, everybody's not on task. I'm paying attention to my model on the board. That's 2 things that I noticed. That the one thing that makes me wonder is that why the misconception came about when they're not understanding of when they are finding their one within the fraction to unbundle it. That's why the misconception is why they're not getting that part.
All right, I'm gonna tell you my 2 wonders.
Okay.
The first thing that I noticed, your back was turned. So they were focused. The class was extremely quiet. They were compliant, but your back was turned the entire model, and it was like you was talking to your, just
myself,
just you and the boy.
Okay.
And even if I take that video right there, and I go over a little bit more, you you didn't turn around until it was over. It was over. Yeah. So that will be that's gonna be our push for next time. And I know you don't like using the Elmo. I don't want to say you like using it. Don't smile. Don't smile. But I do believe that with incorporation of with the Elmo, and then while your back was turned, I believe I think that's Daria that sits on that side. They were constantly trying to do this to see around what you were actually writing. It was
trying to say around.
Yeah, so I believe that if you were to incorporate the Elmo in it, so they can actually see you working it out, and you can actually scan. You can be able to look up, scan the room, and because also too, just say for instance, if you and I are going over something, you wait, hold on. I can look at your face and kind of see
what you don't
I can see at that very moment. Okay, I might need to back it back up because maybe I didn't explain something well enough for you, and I think that will kind of catch the misconceptions ahead of time if you was to incorporate, I must say, the Elmo into it. That will probably help you a lot.
Absolutely.
Now I'm gonna show you another video. This is me teaching. I think this is the same day, right after you. And even with me, I use this one because this one.
And my denominator of my unit fraction tells me how many equal pieces I need. I know from my denominator of 4, I know that I need 4 equal parts.
So even with my model, even though I used it, I was still able to not even 2 seconds, write some, turn around, and even if somebody's off task, I could get you right back on because I can see that you're not paying attention, and then you're gonna have the question because you're not paying attention. But I gotta give it to you hands down. They're quiet, they're compliant, and they're they want to learn. They are learning, I think. But if we just make that little tweak with the lesson, for as you kind of incorporating the Elmo and talking, like having a conversation with them, making more of just a conversation. I think that would help a lot with the understanding part of it. I think it was the second lesson when I came in, and I was like, wait, hold on, let me stop y'all. If she had 5/5 and you have to subtract 9/5, do I have enough? Do I have enough? And I was like, no. Okay, well, how many fifths equals a whole? And it was like, oh, okay, just make it more of a
involve in that conversation.
Yeah,
with
make
the
it more
pocket questions.
Yeah, make it more of a conversation. That way, you could probably kind of catch the misconceptions before that actually happen. But and one more thing that I just want to note. Make sure you, even though we do it on Mondays, practice it with yourself before the class starts. I believe that on one it was like, wait, hold on, let me see if I got that correct. So when you say, hold on, let me see if I got that correct, in their head it was like, wait, do she even know? When I know and you know, we both know, we know what you're doing. But for some of their minds, it was like, wait, did she do something wrong? Just so you're like, they're confident and like, hold on, let me make sure. Yeah, I think, but those two little tweaks right there, like incorporating the Elmo, so that way they can actually constantly see. And even if you want to do another one, you can take that paper back and put it back at
the front.
Bring it back to the forefront. And I do appreciate how you incorporated the putting the CFS on the board, because the ones in the back, I seen them, they were like, okay, they were going through step by step. And even with, I think that was Norvelyn, she can look up, the board was right there, and she was able to see the steps right in front of her face instead of like, hold on,
let me see. And then also taking the feedback of having that model on the side on the anchor chart paper, so they were able to see each step that I did in the model. So that was already up before class started. So as I'm doing my model and they go back to their independent work, they're able to see the model then based on how it was when they had to go off it. Right.
And even for the prior class, before you teach it, just turn it around and say, okay, now then
let's get to work.
Let's get to work. You can turn it back around. You don't have to just keep it up, because if I'm a kid, I'm gonna just I figure that's what we doing today. I ain't paying attention to her. I'm gonna just look at that. But if I'm turning around, you don't know what we're doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I think just overall, those lessons that day, they were really good. They were very crisp. But I just would like to see you incorporate the Elmo more in order for them to have a consistent visual of it. And because it was like, okay, you was doing it, it's like, okay, let me change this color, and every time it was like you was losing one click at a clip. Yeah, you was losing them one by one every time it was time to change a color. And it's like, then that's when you went to the the we do. And then it was like, okay, so now you had to rewrite it back, the model back on the board, so they had something before we had the
answer.
Right. But other than that, I feel like the progress is going really well. But that's the one thing that I want to see us to be able to do is when I come in next time, see if we incorporate the Elmo. And that way they can still have a constant visual too. And
of what we're doing.
Yeah, that way you can be up, and if somebody's on task, you can snatch them back, give them their consequence, and just keep it moving. Yeah. So,
okay.
And I'm gonna be there tomorrow. 9. Is it 2 lessons or 1 tomorrow?
It's 2.
So I need to come in by 9:10.
10. Yeah.
By 9:10. Okay, that be after homework and all that stuff. Okay. So I will see you tomorrow for 9:10. Thank you, madam.
Thank you.